Hey everyone, Mark here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this video. Today's video, we are going to do a viewer request. Marcus, who has been a longtime supporter and viewer and subscriber to my channel, requested this. Marcus is a good friend. We talk often and compare Elvis releases from our collection. So just a good guy, but he had asked me to do a review of this Follow That Dream label release. This is a 3 CD soundboard release from 1974. It is Elvis, Houston, Fort Worth, Baton Rouge, 1974. This came out probably close to a year ago, maybe not quite a year ago. FTD started doing a series of 3 CD set releases. In addition, some of their sessions releases and things like that. Now, a lot of the comments I've read and some of the other Elvis channels out there that do reviews on these are not, what's the best way to say this? These don't get the reception from a lot of Elvis fans out there. A lot of them find them, and I get it, a lot of fans find these really redundant. And the reason for that is around this time, 1974, a lot of Elvis's shows, as far as the set list, were almost identical. From one day to the next, he may switch a song or two, maybe add a song, take out a song, but they were essentially the same exact set list, night in and night out. Now, what I did notice on this release is the 3 concerts that are contained inside the set. The first 6 songs are identical, same order, same songs, everything. And as I mentioned, except for maybe adding a song here and there and taking out songs through all the tours from 1974, they're pretty much identical. So I understand why people are like, it's just the machine churning out the same stuff. 1974 is very heavily featured in the FTD catalog as far as the CDs. 9 previous shows from the 1974 tour had been previously released on the FTD label, and this was the latest. So 74 was highly featured. It was the one year in the 70s, I believe, where Elvis didn't go to the studio at all. He focused heavily on touring that year. But I remember when this came out, I was really skeptical. I thought, it's just another soundboard. But I finally got a chance to listen to the 3 shows and kind of selected certain parts of it, but I did, for the most part, listen to all 3 shows. And I actually, for this release, was pleasantly surprised. What's really cool about this, and this is the show that Marcus had specifically asked to have highlighted, is the Houston show. So a couple of things about it. It was the last time that Elvis would appear and perform at the Houston Astrodome. And it was one of the largest, at the time, it was the largest audience that he had ever played in front of. And he does say that in the concert and thanks the audience, which I found really cool. But it's also one of the shortest concerts I think I've ever seen. It clocks in just over 50 minutes. Which by comparison, the Elvis at Madison Square Garden, the evening show that was released, was 52 minutes and change. So this one was even shorter. He also played without his orchestra because the stage was set in the center of the stadium. And, so Elvis could give the fans the best view of him performing. And I guess because of the size of the stage, he didn't bring along his orchestra. So it's more of a pared down, kind of a stripped down performance, which kind of is a cool thing. So he does not perform an American Trilogy, one of the very few times that he did not perform it. Instead, for the first time, he performed How Great Thou Art. And the rendition on this set and this particular concert is outstanding. You could really feel the heart and soul behind it. And overall, the concert is very clear. It's very crisp. It was recorded on a soundboard, on cassette, so semi-professional equipment. But when you consider how vast the Astrodome was, the fact that they got a concert of this quality is really, really amazing. The other different thing is, again, because of the way the stadium was set up, the closest fan in front of him was well over 100 feet away. As you know, with all of other Elvis's concerts, he can lean down, kisses the girls, throw out scarves. So whether he was even able to get a scarf to them, if he gave it to a security guard and they walked it over, I don't know. The information I've read about the history of this particular performance and Elvis performing at the Astrodome doesn't say a whole lot. But the historical significance of it being Elvis's last performance there ever at the Houston Astrodome, the quality of the actual performance makes this set worthwhile. So let's look at the packaging real quick. I actually really like this cover. It's colorful. Elvis in the rainbow suit. This one, I believe, was taken from the evening show on, was it June 15th? And then it's there's some pictures on the inside from, I believe, the Houston Astrodome show, these top couple pictures. And then a couple other pictures with some, just with some credits on the inside. There are, there you go, Elvis before or after the show. I'm not going to take the CDs out, but it gives you, I'll take them out just so I can show you. You've probably seen that shot, Elvis in the American Eagle suit. That's the cover of the 45 of My Way that came out right before Elvis passed. There's another, Elvis, of course, busted this suit out in 1974. Kind of like an alternate to the Aloha American Eagle. And then another one with that same jumpsuit. But I must say, I really like the CD colors. The black kind of matte finish, really cool. And then there is, I don't know if I showed you this to you. I may have if I did already. Try to get that glare because they're real glossy. But yeah, just overall. And then, I don't know if you can see this. If you want to pause this, I'll try to get this as close as I can. There's the set listings. Now, what's also interesting about this first show on disc 1, the Houston show, is that there was no 2001 Space Oddity because he didn't have his orchestra. What's also interesting, which I had never heard before, is at the end of this show, there's almost 4 minutes after he sings Can't Help Falling in Love and leaves, the band keeps playing, and it's almost like as the ending progresses, it's like an instrumental version of CC Rider, which I thought was really cool. I didn't pick up on it right away, but it's really, really cool. And then this music ends, but there's no, at least that wasn't recorded, there's no, announcements at the end. And, Elvis has left the building. Nothing like that on any of the 3 shows. Got to put on my readers. Interesting enough, my cataract surgery, I have 20/20 vision for the first time in my life for distance, but close up, not so great. I got to use readers. So a couple of versions that stand out. Great version of Polk Salad Annie. Wonderful version of Why Me Lord. Suspicious Minds is really good. And How Great Thou Art is good. But overall, a really great, the first disc is what makes this package worth the buy. If I'm a collector, I have all the CDs, so I'm a completist. But that disc is what makes this. I'm sorry, my voice. I can hear my voice is a little bit hoarse. Probably the time I'm making this video. But moving on to the second disc, that is the Fort Worth concert. It starts out. It's very muffled. A little bit distorted, so right away when I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh man, compared to the first disc, this one is a little disappointing, but the sound quickly improves. And so pretty much the same concert. So I'm not going to say a whole lot about the second show. That one, I believe, is the longest of the three. It's right around, clocks in right around 56 minutes. So still under an hour. And then the last show in Baton Rouge, that's probably the weakest of the three, and that's right around 55 minutes. So again, all three concerts under an hour, which was normal for Elvis. Most of his performances were under an hour until 1976 and 77, when they would run 90 minutes to close to 2 hours. And the band introductions were the normal band introductions before later when he started having each member playing like a little solo. But again, most of the song tracks are the same. That may deter some of you. Yeah, overall, a very solid release. I was pleasantly surprised when I listened to this. I didn't quite know what to expect. The other thing I wanted to point out is Elvis is in a very, very good mood in all of these shows. In the Houston Astrodome show, my very first impression of it was almost businesslike, a little rushed. It almost sounds edited. But as Elvis goes along, he's in great form, great voice, and he sounds like he's really enjoying himself. It's genuine, has a very genuine feel to all three performances. Elvis is having fun. He jokes around. At the beginning of the Houston show, he says, welcome to event number 8. I guess because the Astrodome hosted like a lot of rodeos and of course, baseball games and all that. So he referred to their show as event number 8. But at the end, he really thanks the crowd. He talks about the energy crisis that was going on at that time in the country. And he just thanked his fans for taking the time to drive out to the stadium to see him. And it's genuine. It doesn't sound rehearsed. Doesn't sound like he's just going through the motions. Just I don't know, like I said, I was very, very surprised how much I enjoyed this. Like I said, the second and third disc, they're very repetitious, but they're still enjoyable. Like I said, Elvis is in great voice as always, but the Houston show is what really makes this worth the while. So I would actually give this overall set, if I was to grade it out of 10 stars, I'd give it 7 out of 10 stars. I think it's definitely a worthy addition to anyone's collection. It's still available widely on most websites. I believe you can get it at the Graceland store, elvisshop.com, but there you have it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Thank you for those who have subscribed, and thank you for your kind comments. Please consider liking and subscribing if this is your first time to my channel. It'll get Elvis out there. So I still want to do my review of the Elvis Presley Blue Hawaii sessions of FTD, and the Lake Tahoe, the other most recent one that came out. With this new shift and the overnights I'm working, it's just, time is fleeting, and my body's definitely getting used to the late hour, and my sleep patterns are all screwed up. So it'll all fall into place, I know, eventually. But it has been an enjoyable shift overall. And this is part of my days off. So I really wanted to just come on here and do this video for Marcus. But again, thank you for watching. And as always, stay safe. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.